Well, guys, right now, we're here this morning on this beautiful Saturday morning. What great weather today. Who have I got here? I've got Maro.
I'm Nick Trematis.
No, Nick and
Maro.
I've got him the wrong way around, guys. I'm not the clown. I'm not the clown of football, soccer, whatever. But let me say, we're down here at West Preston. Soccer club? You call it soccer club or football club? Tell me.
Football club.
Okay, so we've got the SCs, you're an FC, is that right?
That's it.
So you've heard about this problem, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Now, you're the, of course, the operations manager.
Correct.
Tell us about when I say to you FC or SC, how do you, let's talk about this for a minute before we start. How do you feel about people separating clubs where it's SC and FC? How do you think of that?
Well, I grew up in the SC era, so played under all SC, but the European and the English sort of, how shall we put it, the dominance or what we look at these days, they're all becoming FC. And growing up in Australia, football to us is AFL.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
It's not soccer. So you just go with the Joneses, basically.
Takes a while to get used to it.
Well,
I grew up in the SC as well.
Yes.
And then, sometimes when people say, FC, and you think, hold on, football's
AFL. And
unfortunately.
I'm going to tell you something. In Sydney, I get blasted. In Sydney when I say soccer club.
Really?
So you got no idea what it's like over there.
Okay.
It's FC, because they got rugby and they know exactly that rugby league, they call it NRL. Doesn't say F.
Yep.
So that's the point. So let me ask you about you. You played in the NSL.
Yeah, back in, I played 1 year. I was fortunate enough to play with Melbourne JUST.
Wow.
I was goalkeeper at Thomastown, and then Zoran Nikitovich at the time, goalkeeper for Melbourne City, JUST, broke his rib, so I had a short stint there. I think I ended up playing 8 games altogether, and then I was on the bench and with Zoran. Yeah, it was good era. Good year. Played with some good players. Some of my teammates, Oscar Carino, Ernie Tapai, Kenny Murphy.
Gee.
Yeah,
You didn't play with Kenny Taylor, did you?
No, Kenny Taylor, no.
Okay, he was there too at the end.
I think he was before.
Okay, yes. But let me just say about the Footscray JUST SC soccer club that I have a gentleman who actually makes the original Phillips League shirts.
Oh, wow.
Right up to and Joe has seen them. They're right up to exact copies. You cannot tell the difference.
Wow.
You'd love to see them. I should bring them here one night. Is that right?
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
Wait till I show you
I'd
what
love
I've got.
to see them.
Mate, and people have bought them and everything. They're made in Adelaide. They are made to tradition. I shouldn't think he makes them too, I know. But their tradition is what he's made. I'll show you guys. I'll send you pictures.
I'd love to see.
But let me just say, tell me how this club started.
Well, I've just come on board this year.
Give me some voice.
I've just come on board this year. I think it was just a group of blokes that got together in 1984 and decided to build a soccer club. The soccer club has a heritage with our logo. You'll see it's the logo of medicine.
Yes.
So it's from the island of Kos, and funny enough, that's where I'm from.
Gee.
So I ended up here, 40 odd years later, we had a bit of a success in 2000. Went up to State 3, but we've sort of staggered in the top half of State 4 now with the amalgamation. I've come on board. Gab's the president. We've decided that we've got a plan. So our plan is in a 5-year period to make it at least a State 2 or preferably State 1.
That's fantastic for you guys to actually grow and grow. How many years has it been now since the club started?
So what's that, 1984, so that's 42 years. My math is right. Yeah, 42 years.
And yourself getting involved. When did you get involved down here?
Basically, I've only been involved the last couple of years because my son Gabriel is the president here.
Wow.
So I've been helping him on and off. I do a bit of the goalkeeper coaching here, help out wherever I possibly can, But it's good bunch of boys. They're young, they're keen, we've Gabs and the boys have set a nice atmosphere. The players love playing here. There's just a good all-round feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
So we hope that we can continue.
It's a group of boys that reminds me of when we were growing up playing, where there was only sport.
Yes.
So as we have now, computers and social life and all that, social
hate it
media
all. I hate it all.
destroys it. But these guys actually have got that passion to play, and you know, our training sessions is nothing under 30, 35 players per training session. So
amazing.
They've bought into what we want to do, and we're reaping so far the rewards, and hopefully we get the promotion that we've all gone for.
So where are you now positioned on the table?
First.
Oh boy, hey guys, here you go. There could be a growth for next season. So we're talking here the fourth tier of NPL.
Northwest.
We call it NPL. I'm sorry, don't call it VPL. I want to call it NPL because the thing is, we want to be uniform with all of them so people understand where it's coming from, the game in Victoria. But let me say one thing about this. Is it sort of like where you're actually first past the post, or you play finals?
First and second go automatically. I think there's a playoff now. We don't know with B League and all that.
It's happening, yeah. It's happening.
So
I've seen it last
year. It all
year.
changes. You know, in 6 months' time, the FV could say, "Nah, only one's getting relegated, two get." But it is definitely the top two. So we just want to put a gap between us and third, basically.
So we're talking here. Last year when I went to see Brunswick City, they of course they play in the tier 2 of NPL Victoria, and they were in the playoffs. So there is a playoff there. The first two go up, and the next four have got a playoff.
Correct.
And that's what's happened last. It was amazing. If this is what's happening, you're better off to get on first, play, end up first, and therefore you're straight through.
Straight through.
You don't want to be in the playoffs, do you?
No.
It's a bit dangerous, isn't it?
It is.
And
Because anything
yourself?
can happen in a playoff, you know.
Anything.
It always, you know, from past experience, where you get these games where all's on the line, players tend to lift, players tend to, you know, come out of their shells and they have a great game, and you might get a guy who has a bad game. So yeah, you don't want to be in the playoffs if you possibly can.
Because I'll tell you something right now. You should have seen that game last year at Brunswick City. Oh my God, boys. Oh, it was. I don't want to.
Mayhem.
It was a. You there? You see it? Was
No, I didn't.
It was. I supported those guys last year as well, and they just missed out on penalties. My God, mate.
no.
That's where you don't
And how
want to be in that
disastrous is
position. Is
that?
that right?
Definitely
And
not.
I don't like penalties. What do you think about trying to get up there and do things on penalties? Really? I hate it.
I'd add an extra time. There's been talk about taking a man off from each team.
Yes.
Things like that.
I-
Penalties are luck of the draw.
But we used to have a golden goal at one stage.
yeah,
Golden goal.
look,
We used to, remember?
I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I'd still like the penalties, and I think that's probably
That's a goalkeeper talking.
I can
it's
imagine.
probably the what's the fairest way of the outcome, you know?
Yes, the
You
old
know,
days.
It's when you look at it, you take a player off, golden goal, you know, it could be one slip up. You look at a couple of weeks ago, Melbourne victory against Melbourne City.
Yes.
One mistake they made and they're out.
And they're gone.
So
Done.
and then that can happen with the golden goal. So I think the fairest possible system we've got at the moment is penalties.
And let me say, I was in Auckland the other week. Last week, I was doing the OFC Pro League. You're not going to believe some of the stuff they told me. I was speaking to Steve Corica and everything and everybody there, and of course, Auckland were going through penalties with Melbourne City, right? And they could have been gone straight away. And you believe this? And having two teams, one A League, one OFC, Saturday the A League. Sunday. What am I doing here? I didn't even want to go to the A League because I didn't want to, because I was just so tired doing all the stuff there. But let me say, so is there any players now? You guys, is there any players? Can we look at players down here? What have you got? Someone really special? It's hard to say, huh?
There's a couple of young kids. We have got a couple of guys that played in the Northcote City era.
Okay, yeah.
John Vilgaris is like a mentor to these kids here. You know, we've got a James who's 19.
He's just come from. Where's he come from? Manningham, I think.
From Manningham.
And
Okay.
he's grabbed his opportunity and he's taken it.
Yeah,
Yes,
which is good.
Mid-cross, I think is Mid-cross or something.
Okay.
But when you're if I'm a 20-year-old and I'm not getting through to that 23 NPL, get out of there. Go to a state league side. Go and get your teeth, you know, grinding and playing soccer, football, rather than just getting wasted there till you're 23. Then you've got nowhere to go.
And let me say, if you've got young kids here right now, you want to develop them to play actually NPL men's.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to go to
Absolutely.
the full-on level there. And of course, when you're at this sort of club, you're watching your juniors very closely. Is that right?
Yep.
And look, mind you, it hasn't changed. back in 19, and we're going back 1979 is when I was playing as an 18-year-old with Juventus at the time.
Yes, oh gee.
And, you know, at 16, I sat on the bench for the seniors for my first time, and the 17 and 18. But you get the same thing that's happening today. When the opportunity comes, they overlook you. They think you're not good enough. So I developed as a player when I said, well, it's enough for me. I'm leaving Juventus, and I went and started playing for, my first club was Thomastown.
Yes.
Which is the old TEL, Thomastown, Epping and Lalor.
Okay.
And we had success 4 years in a row where we went up every year 4 years in a row, and mainly because the coach at the time, who's just sadly passed away, Peter Balazzoni, went and got 4 players from Juventus, 3 players from Hellas, a couple from Heidelberg, a couple from all these boys that that were just on the fringe, formed a great side, formed a great squad. And I think the first year we played together, I think it was 7 games in and 7 games out of, and we were already, you know.
Let me say what you just said there, right? You need to find the players that will gel together.
Yes.
As a
Correct.
coach or as a recruiter, you say, I want this kid to play with that kid, it's like a jigsaw puzzle you're putting together.
Correct.
And that's the thing about that, see?
Yeah, and you took the words out, and that's what he did. He looked at it and he said, and he looked at it, he was very picky, and he said, well, you know, he came to me and says, I'm going to get Morris Raponi as a keeper. I know he can gel with some of these players and he'll get along, and the team came together. And I think this is what West Preston's trying to do at the moment.
It's fantastic.
We have a great squad of boys. They all stay together back on a Thursday night. And I always say I played 3 years at Bulleen, and one of our best years we had at Bulleen is where the boys and the partners were going out together, and you know, it forms a great cohesion and family atmosphere.
I want to talk to you about the NSL. Of course, you played Footscray JUST. Now we know the situation. JUST was there. Then the split up changed everything. They all went their all separate ways.
Yeah,
it was a bloody great historical team.
It was, yeah. There were some great times. Even, you know, the Juventus of the time and the JUST and Alice. There were some great players. Look, and even me as a 10-year-old, all these clubs had great history. I always remember, I say to people, I was 10 years old going to see my first game, and JUST was playing Juventus, and I always remember the JUST team for team, you know, your Branko Buljevic, Stankovic, Zoraya, Micic, some of these names.
Some of these
you know?
guys, you won't find them. You won't find them.
And then you look at the Juventus team. You had Jack Riley in goal.
Oh yes.
The Brian and Bobby Thompson, Jock Goodwin. Stan Canal, you know, it's just great.
Was that
teams.
before that was during the NSL, wasn't it? That was the Phillips League.
That was before.
Phillips League
before that.
1977.
Yeah.
And as I said to you, we've got copies of the Phillips League 77. Why don't I show you pictures later on, of course? But let me just say, I don't want to tell you anything, but the thing is, are you looking to play at a certain World Cup that's coming in October here? Yourself? I'm not having you on. I'm not having you on. There's an over 70s World Cup in I don't want to ask your age, but there's an over 70s World Cup.
Yeah, no, I am 65. It's an over 70s, is it?
Yeah, but you could get it as a ring, and you play for Australia. Play for Australia in Queensland.
There you go.
I know.
I have to make a call.
Give him the number.
I'm telling you right now, it's all going to be. We're going to televise that. We're going to go up there and televise it as well on channel 31 and Foxtel Aurora.
Oh, fantastic.
So there you go. So you want to give it a go? It's up to you. We can do a bit of a funny business. Oh no, that sort of stuff. But I tell you what, guys. To have a club like this here, and look at the space you have. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Tell me, is there new club rooms coming up as well?
Well, we're trying. Trimmer probably knows a bit more, but we're trying to secure the ground. But it's hard because we have to share it with cricket
council too. Yes,
council and 6 months there.
Sport ground,
ultimately, we'd love to have a home of our own.
Yes.
That's our main goal. Where we would. You know, and Gabs and Joe would probably can enlighten more of the things in the background that's happening once we do get our own home bases.
Part of the 5-year plan is to have our own club rooms, where it's just football only.
Yes.
And touching back on the youth, we want to get the squad from our under-18s and our reserves. So we're going to do a policy next year of a certain age limit, and you can't play. you won't be playing reserves because we want to feed the senior side, the senior group, and rather than going to your Manninghams and to your Heidelbergs and getting players that haven't been brought up in the culture that we are striving for. So our main concern is to get minimum half of our senior, to 10 players coming through the ranks.
And let me just say, you're central here between all the clubs. And you must get a lot of kids coming here and new players wanting to join up. Is that right? You're central.
As I said, when I started this year, we had to let a lot of people go.
Gee.
A lot of people go.
Gee.
Unfortunately, and our squad's in the 40.
Unbelievable.
Credit to Alex Yiannopoulos as coach and Tony Chianta and the whole Jetmans. So some of the boys that are coming have already got that. They know that, hey, let's go to West Preston. They're going to give us they'll give us a chance.
Yes.
If we're good enough. And that's what we look at a couple of players that have taken the ball and run this year that have come on board thinking they're going to play, reserve soccer and maybe some senior soccer, and now are in the senior squad and have cemented their position.
And let me say now, you're on top. How many games do you play this season?
22.
So you're what part of the season are you now?
Round 10.
Today's
So
round 10.
basically,
So
if you
it's first versus second.
so how far ahead are you from the the second spot?
As last night, Keon Park won, so we're 1 point in front of them with a game in hand, which is today.
Yes.
And I think we're 4 in front of Laverton, who we're playing today.
Okay,
We're
so
playing
basically it's a crunch match. You've got to win today to stay up
Yeah.
on top. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, look, we need.
We'll finish we're not going to lose, but definitely we'd like to put that gap, as I said, so we don't have that.
So you just
necessity.
go through next year. So if you get through this year, where do you play next year?
State 3 Northwest.
So it's straight through northwest. It's that side.
Yeah.
It's that side.
So it's
towards-
northwest.
So
Yes,
it
yes.
used to be
Used to be-
northwest, southeast,
Yes.
and then from Division 3 upwards it was southeast, northwest. So this year they've combined them all to northwest and southeast, and even Division 5, Division 6 is all
Division
northwest.
goes to Division 7.
So it was
Unbelievable.
Division 7. So it was the top teams from last year, as in the first 6 became one league,
One league. Yep.
and then etc. all the way through. So
Mate, it's massive on this side, the northwest. Because I live on that side towards Broadmeadows.
Yeah.
And you'll be playing on that side around there.
correct. We go to Sebastopol, which
Yes.
is Ballarat.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
really?
they came unfortunately last week, and it was last week, the week before, and then they lost. It's a long bus drive down.
It's unbelievable.
So that's
It goes all the way out there, northwest.
Melton.
That's not so bad.
Melton's not bad. Williamstown's not bad. But
But
yeah, Sebastopol's
I remember when I was playing in the 90s,
Used to go.
we were driving to Morwell.
Yeah.
Oh, Morwell Falcons.
Morwell Falcons was
Oh
an
my
amazing
God.
team at the
Remember
time.
very well.
We used to enjoy our trips going to Morwell.
Didn't Joe play at
And-
Morwell?
Not
Joe
sure,
played at Morwell.
Joe. Yeah, he
He was
might
at South
have. I
Melbourne
think.
too, wasn't he? South Melbourne as well, at some stage, I think. Yeah.
I think you're
You're
talking
thinking
about
of
his
Simon.
cousin,
The other boy.
Simon.
Simon, that's
Colosimo,
right. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Simon
Simon
Colosimo.
Colosimo, yeah, that's
cousins.
right.
I know Joe did play for a bit
Yeah,
as
he did.
well,
He
but
did, yeah,
But
yeah,
not
yeah.
at the-
Simon
at the
was the
Simon
one that
level.
Yes,
was
exactly,
the-
exactly.
you know.
Okay. So what? So now the club rooms. What's happening? I've heard there's something happening here.
In
There's going to be happening some club rooms. Some
We're,
talk of club
we're
rooms.
pushing. We're
We're
pushing.
pushing.
We're,
It's all-
we're, we're,
it's all
we're,
with council.
we're talking
Well,
with
let me
council.
just say
all
it
the
2
time.
weeks
It's
ago
hard.
who I spoke to. I should put a good word in for you guys. I interviewed the mayoress. I should speak to her.
The boys. No.
Yeah, Gabriel knows who won.
Emily?
Emily, yep,
Yeah.
yeah. I spoke to her 2 weeks ago. We did actually, it was probably 2 streets down from here. The disability football team.
Thornbury?
Down here. No, yeah,
In
at Thornbury, yeah.
yeah,
And
okay,
we
yeah.
had the thing happening there, and it was fantastic having these kids playing. And are you guys going to put at some stage a team in there as well? Are you talking about it, doing anything at all? Maybe.
Not at the moment. We've got our 2 seniors, our thirds team, and
Thirds.
three women's.
Three women's team.
Three
Three
women's,
women's
yeah,
team.
three women's team.
You don't want to put too much more, I tell you.
So
Well, that's the
we're looking
reason
at
we need a
space.
ground.
That's why
That's
we need
right.
grounds.
Grounds.
We've got juniors in the pipelines that will be coming over, but you can't put them all here.
No, you can't. You can't. So you need more space.
We need more space. So
The
we're looking at-
utilisation of that ground on that. Do you use that for juniors, or is it it's training or juniors?
It's a B. So we do have matches there.
Okay,
Definitely.
okay.
So it's a B. I think it's a B class.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
fantastic.
you can use A and B
Okay,
size pitches here.
fantastic.
Um,
Beautiful.
We use that for the women use it. the thirds use it. We try to keep the first and seconds, and the senior women's are up here as well.
Okay, let me get to Nick right now. Now, Nick, you played through the NSL, of course. Whether it was through the Phillips League as well.
Morris.
No, I got it wrong. Honestly, guys,
gonna get it right
I've spoken to so many people. It's not funny.
Just look at my
And Northern Territory. No,
Northern Territory.
no.
No, I can't say
Oh,
that.
yeah. Let me say. Looking at the past, let's go to the past right now, of course, of the NSL. I go to the Phillips League. I go right back to the Phillips League. I'm not going to say my age because I look young anyway, so bad luck. The thing about this is, going back to the Phillips League, did you start in the Phillips League?
I started as a junior at Juventus all the way, obviously, back in 1971.
Gee.
Played so many years there, and then, and as I said, in 1979, moved to Thomastown. I'm actually a life member at Thomastown.
Wow.
But I had a few years of Bulleen, and then I had that year at NSL. But yeah, look, it's been a long journey.
You miss it. You miss the.
But I miss it. I'd love to.
You miss the
I
camaraderie.
always try to tell people. They say to me, "Oh, I'm thinking of retiring." I just keep saying to them, "Play as long as you can, because once you retire,
Tell me about it." And to go back to that time and then go up to the A League right now, what do you think?
Yeah, look, I think it's a different type of football these days. Sometimes we unfortunately, it was because of a funeral. We met a few of the old players about a week ago, and we talk about things like this of what the A League and then old Phillips League and National League, because I played all the way. I was 41 when I retired.
Gee.
In the state league, so in 2001. So I got to see a little bit of all of it, and I was part of all of it.
Beautiful.
And I always remember having a conversation with Paul Wade, our ex-Australian, and he always says
Spoke to Wadey.
that if we had a game today with the NSL and the VSL, they'd probably run, the A-League would run a lot more, but I think we'd be, the old Phillips League would be a bit more skillful.
Technical.
More technical.
Technical.
They,
Exactly.
And that's probably the main difference that some of the older players could tell you.
And then it was more attacking. Where these
Yeah.
guys go backwards, sideways,
Yeah.
whatever. They slow the game down. They don't want to go forward more. Funny thing is, I'm always watching the game and say, they always want to get closer to goal instead of shooting from outside. You notice that?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Walk it in.
One of my coaches, and his name was Mickey Lynn, and his mentor was McKendry, Len McKendry, and part of their style was, listen, just get the ball in there, and I'll make sure that the forwards get there. But you just keep putting it in there. If the forwards if you don't put it in there, there's no way that we can score. It's
Amazing.
different style, different
styles.
era.
So
Different
really,
era.
right here, Nick, is that right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Thank God for that. Got it right. But let me just say, this is a proper community club.
Yes.
Correct.
Where
Yes.
you grow right through the system and get up to the divisions, then you become an NPL club, and then it's different. Then is that right?
Correct.
Much better. So how's the community coming out here? I've seen what's going on here. It's beautiful. I've been to one of the games. Fantastic here. We spoke to Joe last year, and of course you got George Katsakis as one of your sponsors too.
Yes,
Melissa's,
yes,
huh?
yes,
Melissa's
yeah,
cakes,
Melissa.
Do you get cakes here? I've got to get
happens
cakes.
to be the coach's cousin.
Oh, well, God. So you must be getting a lot of cakes down here sometimes, is that right?
No, because they've got to keep slim to play. You and I can have them.
Mate, I'm
We've
on a diet.
retired.
I think Joe knows by now that I've lost that much weight. It's not funny. Joe probably knows that too. But the thing is, boys, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
No,
What a club this is down here at West Preston. And of course,
It's a pleasure.
Maro.
Yes.
I got it right at the end,
Yeah.
guys. So there you go. The thing about this is, guys, thank you for joining us today
Thank
at
you.
down here at West and Football List, guys. We'll be back shortly for some more interviews down here at where? West Preston.
Preston.
See you soon, guys. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, right now, guys, we're still down here, of course, West Preston Soccer Club or Football Club, if you want to call it right now. I got Lucas here right now. Apparently, this boy here is going to tell us a story. And, of course, I've got Jay here, Jay Colosimo, guys. And, of course, I know Jay quite well. We've done a few things together. But let me say, Jay, this boy here, can you tell me a little bit about him?
Look, Lucas is captain of the under-18 team,
Yes.
captain of the mixed squad that went to Spain.
Yep.
An exciting and capable centre back. Great player, great leader, very humble, and an example to teammates and the younger kids at the club. So very proud to have him on board at the club.
Now, the one thing I'll ask you, Lucas, is that You've been to Spain?
Yeah.
And let me say one thing to you. Por favor, español?
No, I don't.
No,
speak
you're
Spanish,
gonna, mate, you're gonna learn.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
learn,
have to
yeah.
learn.
I
Because
know.
I tell you what was it like? First of all, let's look at the cultural stuff. What you learned about the culture over there. Now, you know the Spanish are really
Yeah.
full-blooded, the way they
Yeah.
go for it. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, obviously the way they play football is so much different to Australian football. They're so much like their technical ability is very good. Like they're very good physically as well. So yeah, just playing against some of the Spanish sides over there was a really good experience.
And let me say one thing about that too, is that you were in a group with the Spanish boys training as well, is that right?
Yeah. So when we went down to Spain, there was a few Spanish boys that were in the team as well, and just learning off of them it was good for not just myself but for the team as well.
And let me say one thing to everyone right now. Every time I speak to someone who's been overseas, doesn't matter it's Argentina, Italy, whatever, they call them kangaroos. Is that right? Did they call you kangaroo as well?
Yeah.
Everybody goes from Australia. Are you kangaroo? You kangaroo? You kangaroo? And they name the. And let me say one little story about this too. When this is a story that I spoke to Tim Cahill about. No, not Tim Cahill. We're talking the Liverpool champion, of course, Craig Johnson. Let me say what he said. He's playing, and this is his story when he spoke to me. He says, I was kicking the ball outside at Middlesbrough against the wall, he says, against the wall. And then somebody walks in and says to Jack Charlton, his coach, at the time, who's that guy though? Who is he? Oh, he's just a kangaroo. And that's the way the players are all kangaroos. So, did they call you kangaroo? Did they say anything to you about that at all? They were.
They'll say it like here and there, but like
Yeah.
not all the time. Like it was just.
It was funny. It's funny. It's funny
Yeah, it was
because
funny. Yeah.
it's a stigma on the players where
Yeah.
they recognise you in that way. And let me say, from what I know is, did they ever go to you in the field or tackles and things? They usually do that, don't they?
Yeah.
They test you out.
Yeah, like we played a game there once, and what's it called? From the first minute, they were just like one hard tackle, and they just they just wanted to test the waters with us.
Oh, they do it.
Yeah.
It's just like that movie Goal. Remember Goal?
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
He goes there, he plays, and then all of a sudden they're giving it to him. They're struggling and all the rubbish and everything. They tested you out for sure, eh?
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was tough, but obviously you just have to play the game. That's how they want to play it down there.
Yeah, and the game in Europe is tougher. Is that right?
Yeah.
How did you find it? Was it tougher playing on the field?
The intensity is it was next level. Even just playing a friendly there, it's just the level is so high. The intensity is high from the first minute, so it's just.
Joe, you've been there.
Yep.
You've seen it all.
Yep.
I mean, what's it like as a former player? What you see over there? What's it like?
Look, it's very different because I think they underestimate our kids.
Yes.
I think they think these boys coming over from Australia not much chop, and they truly underestimate how our kids play. And I remember having my son in the residency there, and he played the MIC tournament as well. Technically they're better, and I think they're better because they train 5 nights a week. It's drilled into them from when they're young. So yeah, it's pretty intense, I think. But when it gets to the field, I don't think that our kids are that far behind, because what we lack in technical ability, we tower over them in physicality, and they don't like that.
They don't like that.
You know, I remember when we went over the first year, we were told, you guys will be lucky to get within 3 or 4 goals of every team that you play.
What?
Yeah, and that's what we were told.
Arrogance, huh?
Yeah, but we came back undefeated. We didn't lose a game, right? So our boys last year were good enough to make the quarters. And again, you're playing against teams like Olympique Marseille, Liverpool, Man United, Southampton.
The academies.
Yeah, Steven Gerrard Academy. Inter Miami was there this year. PSG was here. So it's the biggest youth tournament in the world. So we're humbled to be able to go over there as Racing Madrid Melbourne, with our partner West Preston. As Lucas said, we tap into Racing Madrid over there. So we had 2 youngsters in the side this year from Racing, and you know, the boys are like sponges. What they've learnt off those boys who train 5 days a week and play in the senior setup over there, it's an invaluable experience for them, bringing it back here and now taking it to that next step.
And so while he's there and the other kids, they know the level now, when they come back, they also go back knowing on their mind what they've got to do next time. Is that right?
Absolutely. They know the level that they need to be at. And over there, I think the misconception is you need to be, a 10 out of 10 player to be able to make it over there. But what they don't realise is that these scouts, these clubs, when they're investing in players from overseas, the technicality of a player is probably 4 out of 10, because technicality can always be improved with time on the pitch. The most important thing over there is off the pitch.
Yes.
How you are off the pitch, what your attitude is, how humble you are, how hard you work, what you do during the downtime. Do you lie in bed or do you go out and train? You're on show 24 hours a day. So these guys have experienced that now 2 years in a row. We've got an invitation to go back over again,
Good.
which we will be in March next year. We'll take an under 18s, a 15s and an under 12s over next year. So the club's growing. The kids are starting to understand that we have a clear and definitive pathway here that doesn't mortgage the house. The club has been really clear in their direction that this is not a moneymaker for us. This is a true development pathway for our kids, right? Where they have that opportunity, and we can only give them that opportunity. Whether they take that opportunity or not is solely and squarely up to them. And some of them have, which is great. And we'll continue to do that. And you'll speak to Norm shortly when he gets here. Norm's our international head coach, and has been coaching here for many, many years. So for him to step down from senior level and coach our under 18s is huge. And to have him at the club, and Lucas will tell you as well, is the guy is just a walking encyclopedia of football. So we're very, very humbled at West to have him here.
And let me say, the one thing that I've seen, Lucas, is that it's very military-like. It's like, you got to be, yes, boss. Is that right? All that stuff, is that right?
Yeah, well,
they're very strict?
Yeah, but it's just all about standards. We just have to set a high standard for ourselves, and I feel like just setting a great standard off the field, it will impact us on the field as well.
But then trying to make friends and learning to make friends again, it's like they give you the cold shoulder.
Yeah.
They do. Hey, I know.
Yeah.
I've spoken to a lot of kids who've gone over and they've told me a few things. But when you make it there, they just change.
Yeah.
They change it. Hello, this kid's okay. And so, where are you at right now? You're playing here?
Yeah. Well, currently, obviously, I'm at the under 18 squad for Preston, but the development here is it's been really good, and I'm hoping to push for maybe senior football.
Good.
Later on this season, and in the future, obviously. Yeah.
Okay. I've got something to tell you, Laddie Joe, and I should tell, and I should say it here actually. I'll tell you, I have a very good relationship with the Bulla FC. Coach is we become good friends.
Yep.
He's always looking for players for the next season of the Pro League.
Yep.
He says to me to send him information of players and everything. So I'm not like you said, I'm not here to nothing for my pocket like some of them do. I'm going to see kids get somewhere in the game, and of course you're in the same position.
Look, West, along with Racing Madrid, we're investing.
Yes.
Right. So
in the future of your club.
Look, 100%. So juniors this year is under 18s.
Yeah.
We will go from under 7s next year. Once we've sorted out the spacing issues that we have, but sometimes you've got to take a step backwards to take a step forward.
Yes.
Right. So what we've done is we've made sure that this under 18 team is as invested into the senior setup as possible. So we're playing as many games on a Saturday with the 18s, so that our senior squad comes down to watch them play, and they'll stay back and watch the senior boys. We've got a rotating roster that we have 3 to 4 boys train with the senior team every Tuesday. And about 2 kilometres up that way, we've now got our own gym, which now goes to the high performance for our senior team.
Fantastic.
And our under 18 squad that are going to Spain. So we've got Zach Congonis is our high performance coach, who's also coach of the United States Winter Olympic team. So these boys were at high performance for about 6 months prior to leaving to go to Spain.
Beautiful. It's all preparation to get there.
Absolutely.
And
so it's the investment in these kids, and it doesn't cost them anything extra. It is what it is, and it'll only be a value to West Preston moving forward, and obviously Racing Madrid moving forward.
Well, guys, right now, I have someone very special, John, Yasu, and of course, Gabby. And boys, speak in a loud voice like me as you can hear me. John, Nyakara, he said to me, he's good, he's fantastic, he feels well. That's why I have to do the translation. Now, let me say one thing about you, John. You were the founder of the club, you started it.
Yeah, we started it in '94.
Gee.
A few mates of us who decided to form this club, and since then I'm still here.
Still here
After
and still
whatever
fighting fit, of
Yes,
course.
fit.
You get the ball a little bit, have a go as well in the background sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Oh, I've got to talk to this guy. Better get him at the Australian over 70s bloody team. Get him in there. And yourself, what do you down here, Gabriel?
I'm the president, mate.
The president is here, guys. The president is here. Gabriel, thank you.
Thanks
Now,
for having us, mate.
Let me
Love
say,
the work.
let me say one thing about this. This club is. I've been here before. We've done stuff with Joe, and of course, let me just say one thing about this. You guys are really growing here, very much. Tell us about the club.
Yeah, we're doing the best that we can.
Give me that voice, please.
We're doing the best that we really can now. I'd like to think with some new faces, some old faces. You know, just before having people like Dad and Nick around and the likes of Joe and John himself. So we've created a good bond and a good foundation, I'd like to think, of where we are now and where we want to be in, say, 1 to 3 years' time. And so far, so good this year. We've started off well, but every week's a new challenge. We're just going week by week at the moment. But yeah, there's some good vibes down here, and we hope to keep the good run of form going and the growth of the club. That's the main thing. We've got 3 games on today, Jim.
Great.
Yeah, just we were actually praised by another club about doing something like we thought, you know, as a whole would do. That did come from someone that made the mention, well, hey, why don't we give a curtain raiser to the under 18s team, you know,
Fantastic.
aspiring to be into the reserves,
Beautiful.
reserves aspiring to be in seniors, or that jump from even 18s to seniors,
Mate,
you know what
beautiful.
it is. So yeah, against the Manningham Blues, the first under 18s team for us this year, first
Beautiful.
clash against Manningham Blues
Wow.
in the under 18s aspect. So
Is that your first time having an under 18s?
Yeah, it is.
Geez,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
it's been a
So
while.
you would have had like recruiting players and everything from other
Yeah.
clubs coming around.
Well, that too. We were very lucky to actually get a majority of a team come across, run and coached by Norm Mancuso. So yeah, we've got even himself a lot of high senior credentials he holds to his name, but coaching the under 18s at our club.
Gee.
So yeah, between Alex, Tony, and yeah, we've got a good foundation, as I said, set up, and hoping for glory at the end of the day.
Well, I hear you're on top and keep going on top. Let me talk to you. He said he's fantastic again, and of course, let me say one thing about this. You started the club in '94,
Yes.
and he's been here since then. Were you the first president?
No,
Or something?
I wasn't the first president.
Tell me
Some-
what you were.
I was a player before. I was player for the club. I coached the club. I did everything. I was the president one stage. Me and another guy, a few boys, they left us, and we were struggling. You know, the two of us were running the club until 2000. You know, and we did all right. As far as I know, I did all right. You know, the new boys are coming now, and they're doing all right. Fantastic. I love it to be around with the young fellas.
It's beautiful.
You know?
And let me say one thing to you, John, is that you would have seen the generations of players come
Yeah.
through. Oh my God, how many
Yeah.
players did you might have had players even recruited to the NSL and stuff like that, maybe.
There's some players who went a high division played, and then I can't remember how many players I've seen in my life in West Preston. You know what I mean?
Wow.
What a few players. You know?
Gee.
And I'm thinking to give it up this year, maybe. You know, but I'll come and help the boys. I'm not in a committee or whatever that.
Every
I
year,
will help
every
them.
year he says he's going to give it up, but
No,
he's always
no,
here.
you never give up this
Yeah,
game.
you
This
can't.
game is life.
It's
It's your
it, yeah.
zoisto.
Like
Sure,
he said,
so
until he
yeah.
can't do it anymore, he'll let us know.
Τα πόδια δεν βαστάνε.
Oh, no. I'm going to recruit you to that over 70s World Cup, mate, if you're ready for that.
Yeah, I'm ready for
I'm
that.
serious. I'll get you recruited on over 70s World Cup in Queensland. Yeah, you're going to play against what's his Romario, if you want to play
Romario.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, you wait and see what's going on up in Queensland. You guys don't know what's going on. I'll tell you guys.
Mate,
You get him on TV
it'd be an
too.
honour.
Might be fantastic. But let me say, you should have a yearbook for him. You should be rewriting all the things about the history
We
of the
actually
club.
have.
We have a book. We have
the
already,
last,
yes.
the last couple of months we're on our last man standing night, which is coming up soon. There's actually a segment that will be honouring life members, which John's been working really closely. This year we've started to tap into the actual history of the club, honouring past presidents, captains, committee members and players, making them life members and such. So we have actually been diving into that.
What a
Thinking
thing
of what
for me
you're
to say
saying.
that to you guys is
Yeah.
amazing. Because I tell you what, because I speak in Greek, photografias, photos. Do you have photographs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
photographs.
Yeah.
What's this? A lot of them?
Yeah, a lot of them. Yes.
Wow.
Quite a few from the oldies, you know. Some old players and this and that.
So
We've
when at 94, what division were you in?
There used to be, I think, so we started at Sunday League.
Bravo. Yep.
And then in 3-4 years we progressed and we went to provisional 1, 2, 3. And then later on players were losing players and we're going down and down, you know what I mean?
Gee. So really, this is how the system, as you would know, you go to the Sunday leagues, you come up and you win premierships, finals there, whatever, and you can go to the next level further up.
That's
Is that right? As it works?
Correct.
Gee, so
That's
there's a lot of
it.
Sunday league teams playing to try and get up to the to the
So
divisions.
I think at the moment the Sunday League team that wins the Metro Ones, I think has a entitlement to go into State League 8, for example, next year. So,
Gee.
yeah, I guess the food chain of how it works up, and that's
Yeah,
what
that's
we're trying to do now. Is get promotion.
Mate, it looks like you're going to be doing very well this year.
We're
Hang on.
we're taking week by week.
Is there souvlaki in there? Oh.
Not yet.
Is this? I smell souvlaki.
No,
Sorry,
no,
guys. Every time I get smelling souvlaki,
It's the charcoal.
I get distracted. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but
It's the charcoal.
But let me say, mate, the beautiful facilities you have here, the ground. I know that you're sharing grounds. Eventually, you'll have your own ground, like the boys came here earlier and talked to me. So let me just say, mate, it's a credit to you guys to keep the club. How long's the club for? 94? How many years now?
84.
84.
84.
That's 43 years.
It's come up to a 45th anniversary.
Oh
soon.
my God! You're going to have a massive ball at least, some ball, huh?
Yeah. In that time when we get there,
Yes.
hopefully we can
Yeah.
we can do a few couple of promotions, grow our junior base, grow our women's our program too. I think that's the most important thing. Exciting times ahead. Exciting times.
So let me speak to him in Greek, guys, for a sec. Γιάννη, πόσα χρόνια ρε παιδάκι μου εδώ πέρα, πόσα χρόνια ρε.
Έχω
Τι είναι
πολλά
αυτά?
χρόνια, αλλά τι να κάνω εδώ. Θέλω να τους βοηθήσω όσο μπορώ. Και αγαπάω την ομάδα και γι' αυτό δεν μπορώ να φύγω.
Γιατί είναι μαύρο και είναι κίτρινο, το λέω καλά, είναι κίτρινο.
Είναι πράσινο και άσπρο οι
Πες
φανέλες
μου
τους.
πώς γίνηκε τα χρώματα αυτά.
Αυτό έγινε, η κουμπάρος μου ήταν από την ΚΟ και λέμε θα τον ονομάσουμε Ανταγόρας στην ΚΟ. Και γι' αυτό το βγάλαμε πράσινα και άσπρα τις φανέλες, επειδή είναι μια ομάδα στην ΚΟ.
Μπράβο. Είναι η ομάδα αυτή μεγάλη στην ΚΟ.
Ναι, όχι και πολύ μεγάλη, σαν εμάς.
Μπορεί να είναι Division 4, κάτι σαν αυτό.
Division 4, 5 είναι.
Μπορείς να φέρεις παίκτες από εκεί πέρα?
Μπορείς, αλλά θα σε κοστίσει πολλά.
Αυτό είναι το πρόβλημα.
Αυτό είναι το χρήμα.
Can you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Don't worry, we're gonna subtitles. But
The subtitles will work.
μπορείς να πεις σε όλους τώρα εδώ πέρα, όλους που ήταν στο κλαμπ εδώ πέρα, που βλέπουν τώρα να έρθουν πίσω. Πες τους κάτι.
Όσοι το βλέπετε αυτό το σταθμό, όσοι μπορείτε να έρθείτε στο γήπεδα, παίζουμε κάθε Σαββάτο 5 η ώρα, μπορείτε. Όλοι οι παλιοί παίχτες, μπορείτε να έρθετε παιδιά. Θα ήταν πολύ ευχαριστήριο να σας ξαναδώ μετά από τόσα χρόνια δεν σας έχω δει. Ευχαριστώ.
I tell you what, that was amazing. Wait till you hear this, and of course, when it's subtitled, you're going to see it's fantastic. Let me tell you, you've got a living legend here who started this club here, John. His second name again, I forget everything, mate.
Tsagaduris. Tsagaduris.
I'm Greek, I've got to say that.
That's
And of course, Gabriel, thank you.
Thank you.
What a great day today, guys, to
Thank
speak
you,
to
mate.
John here, guys, who's a living legend. And of course, we're back again with some more on football. Let's Souvlaki, please.
Thank you, man.
So, Joe, what you saw over there, what you've seen, have you brought back here in training regimes and the things you want to do to professionalise everybody here? Is that right? Have you brought stuff back?
For the training setup, definitely.
Yes.
We're not there yet, but from a training perspective, standards, expectations, yes, 100%. Technically, I think in certain areas, I think we're better because they refuse to understand that there's any other system other than a 4-4-2. Whereas, we believe there is. You've got to adapt your systems based on the players that you have.
What did Ange Postecoglou say? We have to find our own system in this
100%.
game. What he said, remember what he's been
100%.
saying for many years.
100%. So, look, we've taken probably a lot of the off-field stuff from them and implemented it here at West. But the on-field stuff, we've got Norm here, obviously. We've got Alex Gymnopoulos, who's been in the business for a long time, who's our senior coach, along with Tony Cianta, who's here as well. So we've got a lot of experience.
Is that the Tony Cianta that played in the...
Yeah.
I've got to speak to him, that's for sure.
We've got a lot of experience here. And look, not at the moment, but Alex, when he's able to, always comes to watch the 18s. Tony, at the moment, who's taken over coaching while Alex is out, is always here watching the 18s, and having the boys train with the senior group every Tuesday, they're able to go through the group and actually have a look at exactly what they have. So it's good, and the boys, I think, appreciate that too, because they're not here just as under 18s, they're here as part of the senior setup.
As players, don't look at them as under 18s, look at them as equal players to the seniors, because in Europe, if you're good enough in Europe, you're playing as
You're
a
old
15,
enough.
16-year-old.
100%.
That's what's going on.
100%.
So we don't give enough kids an opportunity here, do we?
No,
We don't.
we've got our squad, our senior squad is probably at average age of 23, 24. So, you spoke to Gabs earlier and you spoke to Nick. That's the plan. We've got a 5-year plan. There's no point in having a 5-year plan with 30-years, 40-years.
No.
It doesn't work. So
Exactly.
you need it with 18, 19, 20,
Exactly.
24-years that
exactly.
can take this club to the next step.
And the success you've got this year and the seniors being on top, mate, it's the more that you go up the next level, you go up level in standard as well.
We've had a great start to the season. Today's first versus second, so today is a massive game for the club. So we just need to keep that consistency, and we've got a group of boys here that actually want to be here. So, and that's very rare. This group's been together for a couple of years now, and they're fully invested into this club. So to have that playing group here is huge, because it also rubs off on the boys.
Yes, mate. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I see something in the kid here. Should be playing seniors in a few weeks. Is it? Look, I feel something.
We've got a group that train with the senior squad. Lucas is part of that group. I think as we move towards the middle and end of the season, Alex and Tony are always about giving kids that opportunity. So they'll get that opportunity before the end of the year. But at the moment, he's got to perfect his craft. In the 18s, and the coaches will be there watching.
Fantastic. Well, guys, let me tell you right now, exciting things, of course, down here at West Preston FC or SC, if you want to call it. We're going to say it that way because everybody in Sydney has a go at me all the time. Sydney siders, sorry, it's Victoria. Thank you very much. But let me just say, guys, it's a pleasure being down here and talking to Lucas and, of course, Joe. We'll be back soon on Football Let's... Well, right now, guys, we're still down here at West Preston. What a great day it is. Some of the things I've heard today. We've got Norm and Herschel. Not the batsman, okay? But let me say right now, mate, what do you do here, Norm? Mate, the things that I'm hearing here are absolutely massive. And I tell you what, you're not even an NPL club, and it's massive here. What's going on?
Yeah, so we've really been focused on development of youth. So my job here is really to develop youth. We've got a great bunch of young kids here who we're really looking to promote, and they're getting to play some senior soccer, or at least train with the seniors. So really trying to do some good things with youth development. This group has formed the basis of the group that we've taken overseas and played in the MIC tournament.
Gee, amazing.
Amazing.
What I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And you are the director.
Yeah, I'm
Technical
technical
director.
director of the junior program, and also Australasia as well. So looking forward to taking on this role. So hopefully we get a lot of kids coming through and develop these kids become a professional soccer players, I suppose.
Let me just say to everybody here right now, this is not even an NPL club. They're tier 4, and they've got so much happening ahead of the NPL clubs. Mate, you must be doing more than the NPL clubs. You must be.
Look, I think we've really got a vision on development and a vision on pathways, making sure we've got pathways for these kids. So we're using the MIC tournament as really that foundation of how we get exposure overseas. And for what we did this year, again, we're not an NPL club. We went over and we made the quarterfinals of the Bs, which is a huge achievement.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's massive. And yourself, the developments down here that you're seeing, the juniors and everything. What is this special thing that's happening? You know the support here is very different.
Yeah,
yourself.
Yes, it's very different compared to like overseas and that. So I mean, that's why we're trying to develop our kids here and have a foundation here at West Preston, and so that with the development we can take it to Europe. You know, doing the same program as what Europe has got to offer.
And that's what we spoke about before with Lucas and Joe about bringing all the training stuff over here, the specialty stuff they do compared to over here. You saw the differences. What are they like?
Look, one thing that's clear is technically in Europe, they're very, very strong. You know, that's the foundation of European football.
Yep.
One thing that we've been trying to do is develop our kids in that way, so from a technical perspective, but we've been working with some of the best strength and conditioning coaches in Australia and probably globally, and that's made a massive difference. So physically, we're right up there with the best in the world, and we're working on the technical bit. And I think we've shown that Australian football can match it overseas. So it's been huge.
Herschel, how are you? And I know that there's an owner here. I've met him last year when they brought a certain player here from Italy.
Yep.
Now, can I remember his name? Because there's so many bloody World Cup players I'm trying to work out now.
Zambrotta.
My God, man.
Yeah.
He was the guy that played. He was the guy that played in that 2006 World Cup final 16. And
absolutely.
And I asked him about the question. No, I said to him, and there was an interpreter. I have it. I said, "Oh, that was the World Cup game you played against Australia." You know what? You want to know what his answer was? What a great answer it was.
Yeah.
What about the penalty? And he says, when the referee, and he said it in Italian really arrogantly, and I'll say it the way he said, when the referee blows the whistle, that's it. That's the way he spoke to me.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth. No, but it was funny. You seen the interview? You seen it?
Yes, I
You
have
saw
seen
it
it,
other way he
yes.
spoke, eh?
Yeah.
Oh my God, having the interpreter. I can imagine him saying something, the interpreter saying something different too. How can you imagine that? Bloody hell, mate. I've never talk about professional, eh? How did you guys? Joe's got a lot of connections, hasn't he?
So the racing group that we're involved with
Yes.
has got such reach. It's 20. It's over 20 clubs internationally, which is why we think it's such great exposure for our boys. They can tap into that network, and really we're talking about real pathways for these boys to play in Europe. So it's super exciting.
I'm absolutely, to everyone here right now, if you're thinking of bringing your kids up to a certain club, this is the club to come to. I'm seeing things here that I don't see NPL clubs do, and I'm thinking to myself, well, why aren't I doing more with these guys? Because I tell you what, this is amazing. I mean, the specialty stuff here, that you guys are bringing all the stuff from Europe here. I don't see this in other NPL clubs. It's just coaches turning up at night time, training this, run there, do this, couple of drills. There's more to that. There's more to it than training normally. Is that right?
Yes, there is. Look, the good thing about it is that obviously Norm is one of the head coaches here, and like it's all about the effort and time and that we give to the kids. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all about the kids. You know what I mean? Getting that pathway to Europe, and that's all.
Not only that, but when I tell people about the way they're doing things for the kids here, and of course their senior team being on top, is that it's so different here. It's like you're walking into a European club. You're walking into a place it's all about Europe, which I don't see anywhere else. But I tell you what, guys, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
And,
thank you for having us.
You guys have opened up my mind, and some of the boys that spoke earlier, and we spoke to Lucas, and my God, mate, playing in Spain and doing all these things. And boys, thank you very much. Guys, footballers, we'll talk to you very shortly. Thank you, everybody.